Hi folks, my name is Brian Moore. I'm the President and CEO of the Caldwell Chamber of Commerce, and welcome to Giving Tuesday. Giving Tuesday is a great day for us to recognize the nonprofit organizations that we have in our community and to really look at what the purpose of the season is. And it's all about giving and how do we make sure that we're helping support the organizations that are here in Caldwell County. It's a pleasure to have a group of folks here together today to talk a little bit about how we can help each other in this community. And from my perspective, we have a lot of organizations in the county, and we have such a caring community, right? Yes. And I've had this thought for a long time that I'd love for us to change the name of the county from Caldwell County to Carewell County. And there's just so many great people in this community, from the north to the south to the east and the west, that help support our programs that we have, that our programs help support back and give back to the community. So today is about Giving Tuesday. It's beyond the thought of Black Friday and Cyber Monday, and it's really the heart of what the community should be. I'd like to let everybody know that there are 419 nonprofit agencies, including some religious organizations and churches, and definitely organizations like the ones that we have with us here today that help serve the community. And that's pretty interesting to recognize that there's that many. We had no idea that there would be that many organizations within the community helping serve others, which is great. It just really shows you how caring of a community that we do have. The name Giving Tuesday is not really that old. It was crafted by two organizations in New York City back in 2012, and it started small. And we're starting small today with a group getting together. And what we're hoping to launch as we move beyond today, and this is not just the today thought, it is beyond today into the concept of creating and crafting our nonprofit alliance for Caldwell County, of getting everyone to the same table so we can benefit from each other. Nonprofit agencies do compete against each other for certain dollars, but then there's some critical things that each organization serves for the community. And we're going to discover a little bit more about that today. So as we move forward, we're going to learn from some great folks. And let me introduce you to our first guest, Suzette Bradshaw. Suzette is the Executive Director at the Caldwell Arts Council, and she's been there for probably about 6 months now, Suzette?
About that.
Great. Welcome. Glad to have you here today.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
And then I'm going to introduce you to Jessica Teeter. She's the President of the Blue Blanket Christian Project and The Closet, and with her is her husband Cecil. He's the administrator of the organization, helps make sure everything moves forward in the right direction. Welcome, guys. Thank you for being here. And lastly, but definitely not saving you for last, is our great friends here from Robin's Nest, and we have Shelley Boland, our Executive Director of Robin's Nest, and we have Angie Gregg, the Community Education and Outreach Specialist. Well, that's a mouthful.
It is.
To make sure that you guys are here taking care of us. So, Shelley, tell us a little bit more about what Robin's Nest is and how you guys serve the community.
All right, so we are a nonprofit that deals with children who have suffered maltreatment. What happens is we receive referrals from either law enforcement or Department of Social Services. And as soon as we receive that referral, we set up an appointment for the children and their non-offending caretaker to come to our center for forensic interviews, child medical evaluations. We do risk and need assessments, advocacy, therapy. We're kind of a one-stop shop for those families that have received, where the children have received some type of maltreatment.
That's great.
But the coolest thing that we're doing right now is going into the community with Angie, and we've decided that we didn't just want to deal with kids who have already been maltreated. We wanted to try to prevent maltreatment in the first place.
That's fantastic.
So moving upstream is Angie.
That's great.
We are actually piloting a couple of schools this year for our prevention and body safety program. So we're in 4 Caldwell County schools, and our goal is to eventually be in every elementary school, at least every elementary school in the county, teaching body safety and teaching children that they have a voice and there's people who will listen, and teaching them how to tell those people if something happens to them. And this is a huge undertaking and a big project that I'm very proud of, that we've been able to get off the ground. And so far we have taught almost 200 kindergartners and third graders. So we have big aspirations to be in the county, but
That's
I
great.
think if we can get out there and teach them early, then maybe they don't come to our office,
Well,
and that's our goal.
What a great goal to
Yeah.
have, excellent, excellent. Tell us how Robin's Nest got started.
So in 2000, well, actually several years ago, about 20 years ago, a group of people came together trying to form a child advocacy center because they saw the need in the community. But it wasn't until about 2008, 2009 that they were able to really get the ball rolling. We actually opened up in 2010 and have been in our building since 2011.
Good.
So we've just been growing ever since. We started out with seeing about 150, 160 kids, and this year we're set to see 230 kids.
That's really incredible.
Yeah.
It's neat to see what every organization has that actually touches a lot of kids. And you might see things and know that there's an organization that provides the services that you guys do. And I love the advocacy that you guys are doing for prevention. It's really, really fantastic. Jessica, tell us a little bit about the Blue Blanket Christian Project and really how that was birthed and where your heart was and how you got that to from the concept to where we're at today.
Blue Blanket Christian Project was born 4 years ago. God woke me up at 3 o'clock in the morning, I remember that night, and gave me the project of Blue Blanket Christian Project, providing Bibles, blankets, and toiletry items to the homeless. Last year, God woke me up again at 3 o'clock in the morning with the project of the closet. The closet is a boutique where we provide gift cards to different agencies, to the Department of Education, where they identify a kid in need of clothing or an adult in need of clothing for a job interview. They provide the gift card to them, and by appointment only, they can come and have a personalized shopping experience. It's a one-on-one shopping experience when the store is for them for 1 hour.
That's great. Wow. Wonderful. Suzette, the Caldwell Arts Council has been around for a long time,
Yes.
and you do so much for the community in so many different ways. Tell us a little bit about how we connect kids together. I think there's a great process here, some of the different programs that you guys have for kids.
Sure. One of our largest programs is our Artist in Schools program.
Yes.
We put on top-notch quality shows at the Civic Center that intertwine arts with other aspects of learning, such as history, science, and math, and give the kids an opportunity to come to see a performance. Some of them never seen a live performance before, from musicians and magicians and all kinds of artists that are there to do performances for these children. We serve thousands of these children a year with that program. Another program that we do that is very popular is our Junior Appalachian Musician Program, or JAM.
Jan.
What that is we provide classes, lessons for children after school to learn traditional Appalachian music, string music with banjos, fiddles, guitars, mandolins, and it's important as far as trying to keep that culture alive,
Yes.
the heritage of Appalachian and traditional music. These children are taught by ear. We don't have written music. They're learning to play as their grandfathers and people before them learned to play by ear and by sitting at the knee of somebody and playing. It's so amazing to see a child blossom with that, to have the self-confidence and the self-esteem that knowing how to play a musical instrument can bring to them.
Yeah.
It's just a beautiful thing to behold. Those are two of the bigger programs we do with children. And then we are always, we have other programs. We have artists, we provide children the opportunity to display their artwork at the Arts Council for an exhibit each spring. So we've got all these wonderful pieces of art from elementary school kids, middle school kids, high school kids, that we put on exhibit. And to watch their faces when their parents come in and they can say, that's my painting, that's my drawing, or their grandmother comes in, they're so excited. And again, that's an opportunity to show kids, something that they've accomplished, and the whole idea of what creativity can do for a child and adults. But particularly with the children, we have that program. And then we also are doing a program this March, in fact, it's coming up very soon, for middle and high school students, where we're doing a poetry recitation competition for middle school students. They pick a classic poem and are in competition to recite it. And there's awards given, cash awards given, and we provide that for the region. And then we also have a Shakespeare monologue competition along with that for the high school students. So there's a lot that we do with the schools and with the students and children and youth throughout the community that people might not realize that we do.
That's awesome. You know, there's a great segue here for us to be able to take a look at things that all these organizations need. And, you know, we're thinking of Giving Tuesday, and the premonition in everyone's head is, you know, I need to give money. And monetarily, that is required for all these organizations. And the activities even that we have at the Chamber of Commerce to help serve the community. But Shelley, tell us a little bit more of what you thrive on beyond the monetary giving, and how someone can make a dedication to Robin's Nest today, and helping you guys move forward with their giving need beyond the monetary.
That's a really good question. So some of the ways that people can help is, we have a non-offending caregiver support group, and we need people to be able to provide meals for that. Because a lot of times these people will come after work, and if they don't have a meal provided, they can't make it. You know, they also bring their children. So we like to have Beta Club students. So trying to get students more involved to come and babysit the children that the non-offending caregivers bring, so that they can be in that classroom environment. Those type of things. There's also things that people do for us, like yard work in the summertime, beautification projects. Coming in and helping us. None of us that work there have any experience with trying to maintain the building. So someone who can come in and help us with painting projects or repairs, you know, things like that that we may need. Those type of things are some great ways that people can give back to to these kids, in a sense, to the community towards these kids. There's many ways like that. A good thing that people could do is bring people to us. We love to do tours, because when you're there in the center and you get to see from that child's perspective when they walk through that door, and the different place they see, and the faces from our staff that they see, it puts a whole new perspective on things. So if you can bring people to us, call and make an appointment with me to do a tour. That's the most impactful thing. People tend to want to help us when they see what we do firsthand and have that experience with us.
I've got a toolkit in my office here, so I might come over and help, you know,
I would love for you
hammer some
to.
things on the walls and fix
I can
fix
get
some
you a
things.
honey-do list.
That would be great. Trust me, I'm good at following through.
If I could
Absolutely.
just add to that,
Yes.
I teach a prevention class for adults, and that is another way to give back. Is you know, if you follow us on Facebook and notice that a class is coming up, I encourage adults to take that. That is a way that you can give back for sure, is by protecting the kids. And you know, we teach about signs to look for if a child is being abused and how to report those things. And it doesn't just fall in the hands of people who see children every day as far as teachers go, but just everybody. If you're coaching, if you go to church, you're around kids every day, and it is our responsibility to take care and look out for these children. And that is a huge way to give back. It's a free class, and sign up for it.
And that's on your Facebook page.
It is on
right?
our
So
Facebook
that would
page.
be, go to the search button in Facebook and type in Robin's Nest
That's
if you're
it.
not liking it already.
Yes.
Like the Robin's Nest, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Like the Caldwell Arts Council,
Yes.
like the Blue Blanket Christian Project, right? Facebook is a great avenue for us
Yes,
to be able to
definitely.
share information. Thank you, Facebook viewers that are out there with us today. And
One thing I do want to say with what she's saying is, they don't just have to come to us for these classes.
Right.
She can go to businesses, organizations, civic groups, and we would really love to have every agency, every business trained in Steward to Children and Robins to the Rescue.
oh, that's awesome. Great programs. Excellent. So Cecil and Jessica, tell us a little bit about how you guys thrive on donations and volunteers, and what really helps drive the need that you have to serve the community. You've had a lot of things, really good blessings have happened
Oh,
for you
yes,
to get to where you're at.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about some of those blessings and those donations that have come in to help make sure that your organization continues to thrive.
Absolutely. When we first started, we needed, of course, to get a lot of things together, clothes and racks and a building to set up the store. So, we prayed about it, Lord, this is what you put in our hearts to do, so we're going to follow through with it. And so we just put the faith in Him, and we started off, we had the opportunity to buy 8 pallets of clothing. So that was a good start. We got 8 pallets of clothing at a very good price. So they got the store set up, and we purchased every rack that we could. We had some people donate some racks, which was a blessing. We had a gentleman that had a space here in Lenore, which is a store that we looked at, and it had been filled with a previous renter, so we went back just to kind of touch base with him, and we walked in the door, and he's like, I was looking for your number, because I was getting ready to call you. The space was available that particular day. So it's just, it's all a blessing. It all just kind of came together, and I always say, when God does something, He does it right.
Right.
He doesn't do it halfway. He just fulfills everything. You just got to, put your faith in Him and let Him lead.
That's good.
So with all these blessings, everything came together. We opened the store. We had the grand opening. And from that point on, we were thinking, well, we're going to need to purchase more clothes as time, and we expected some donations, but we had no idea the amount of blessings of donations. Whenever the word got out, it was like every a few times a week, someone was like, hey, I hear what you guys are doing. That's really awesome. I have something to donate. And whether it be pants or shorts, adult, men, women, clothing, teenagers, boys, girls, everything. We just had a steady supply of donations, which is wonderful, because that's what we need to keep the doors open. There's still certain items that we particularly purchase if we start getting low on, but for the most part, with the steady donations coming in, it's just every time that someone comes in, the client comes in, they shop, they pick out whatever they want, they pick their own style, there's a dressing room, they change, they come out. You can see them sometimes come in like a little sad, but when they have on this full new set of clothing, whether it be for a job interview, or whether it be a child and they're having brand new clothes that they're getting ready to wear to school the very next day, when they come out, you get to see the excitement and the happiness on their faces.
That's awesome.
And then at the very end, we're like, well, who's paying for this? Who's got the gift card? And when the little kid literally runs over, I got the gift card, and they're paying not only for their clothes, but also clothes for their entire family.
Right.
That makes it all just it feels wonderful to be able to see that change. But then when after the shopping's done, that's when, speaking of volunteering and helping and things, that's when we need us and volunteers to help, restock and sort through clothes and hang new things to get it restocked and ready for the next person, and all the different clothes and the donations, not only of money and not only of clothing, but of also people's time to help us sort the clothes, organize the clothes, bring the clothes, hang the clothes, and get the store clean and presentable and ready for the next client.
That's a big undertaking, isn't it?
It is.
One of the things we look at the Chamber of Commerce is we have this term in America called business to business, right? B2B. But we've looked at B2C, and not business to consumer, but business to community. And Jessica, you guys have had the opportunity to have a large company with a big G in front of their name come over and recently help you with those in-kind time donations to be able to sort through clothes. Tell us a little bit about that relationship you had with Google.
We Google approached us and asked how can we help, and they offered us to do a clothes drive, and I asked them, can you please come and sort clothes with us so we can figure out what items we need. And Google sent their employees, and they were for 4 hours. They provided their service of sorting clothes with us and help us organize everything in our storage area. So
Right.
that's that connection that we have with them. Like other organizations, United Way and other, Serpro also came with
That's
us. Ford came with us. Amanda came and helped us. So that we see people from the community knocking our doors and say, hey, I'm here, how can I help? So that's what makes a nonprofit great, not only the people that is behind or the people are surrounding us or the business surrounding us, they come willing to help and provide their time.
Suzette, you talked to us, I have the distinct opportunity to know a lot more about the Arts Council than most everybody else does because I happen to sit on the board. You have need for help coming to you in donations of of musical instruments and repairing of instruments. Tell us a little bit more about what people can do to help you guys in ways they might not think of.
You're exactly right about the musical instruments. We're always in need of, in good repair, guitars, banjos, fiddles, and mandolins. Because for kids that are taking these music classes, they may not have their own instruments, and we rent them to them for $15 for a year,
That's
so that it's affordable. So if you don't have an instrument, we make it possible. We need small size instruments as well. So if you've got an instrument that a child was using, is no longer using, we'd love to have that donation. We also are getting some donations in and making those available to the children as they grow older to buy an instrument from us at a reasonable cost. That's something that we're just starting. But we also have needs for things like guitar strings and picks and tuners and those kinds of things that are you may have laying around the house that you would like to donate. We'd love to have those. We also need time from people, not just for our kids' programs, but throughout the year. We have needs for volunteers to come in and provide for their time. We have exhibits every month that need hanging, particularly when we hang the children's exhibits. We have hundreds of paintings that need to be tacked up on the walls. We certainly could use help for that. Our sculpture celebration every year, where we bring anywhere nearly 100 sculptors come into this county and set up sculptures for a day. We bring thousands of people in to come and see these sculptures. There's a myriad of things that we need help for that day, from registration to providing, serving meals, many, many things, working with the sculptors. So there's all kinds of opportunities to volunteer with the Arts Council and to make a difference in the arts in this community without having to spend a dime. We need your time.
Yeah.
We need your time as much as we need your dollars. Dollars are always good, but we also need time from people.
That's great, and that's a really important thing to know today. Monetary donations are great on Giving Tuesday, but there's 364 days left of the year that we need to be able to focus in on keeping an organization moving forward. And whether you're good at turning a wrench or fixing instruments or organizing clothes, and there's so many other organizations in the community that we know need help. And time is really, really valuable. And we appreciate the time that people can donate to any organization within the community. And we know that there are plenty of other organizations that are helping serve our community in so many different ways. I'd be remiss not to try to mention them all, but 419, I don't think I'll be able to get through all of them in the course of this program. So one of the things before we close out, it'd be neat to take a look at some collaboration that already happened here amongst these three organizations. Shelley, tell us a little bit about some of this collaboration that's already happened and how there's synergy between your organizations.
Yep, so one thing was, we were just sitting here talking about while we were waiting to get started, is we have a lot of kids that come to us who don't have clean clothes, who don't have any clothes, come with shoes that are way too small, things like that. And being able to send them to you guys and be able to have that one-on-one personal experience it's not just that they get what they need clothing-wise, but it's almost like a therapy, a mental health therapy for them. It takes them from being victims to being empowered. And I think that's such a great thing. So I'm excited to work with you on that.
Thank you.
Absolutely. That's great.
We also been, she knows us, she sees us everywhere. Every time, we try to be present on every time one of the organizations around us, including the small businesses, when we had the opportunity to visit, most of us use social media, and it doesn't hurt to tag yourself or to check in over there, because that's how we grow, supporting each other. And if you have the opportunity to visit what they do and to visit the Art Council, is great. You have the opportunity to visit them, it's great. We have a lot of work to do. We have a lot of great nonprofits in Cabo County. So if you guys are watching, have the opportunity to come here. In the chamber, they provide you the list of the different nonprofits, not only us, a lot of different nonprofits, and all of them need time. and all of them need a little bit of help in promoting them.
That's great.
Absolutely.
That's excellent. Well, Suzette, you got any closing words for us today as we close out Giving Tuesday, and how do we get the community actively involved with everyone?
I would just say, everyone, take time to check on your neighbors, find out what the needs are in this community, look at the nonprofits, see how you can help, from money to time, volunteering, what can you do? Because it takes a community to take care of a community, and that's what I'd like to leave us with.
That's great. Shelley, any closing concepts for you?
You know, we've heard that the kids are our future, and that's not a joke. They
Yeah,
really
it
are. And if
really
we
is.
can try to impact our children now, we can have better outcomes in the future, not just for those children's lives, but our full community, economic-wise, health-wise. By all of us working together, like you said, it takes a community to take care of a community. It takes a village to raise a child as well.
It does.
So, you know, take a look at those different nonprofits in Caldwell County and see what we can do to help each other
That's
and
great.
make a better future.
Absolutely.
And a lot of people think about mission work, and every time you think about mission work, what typically pops in people's heads is like, well, let's fly to a different country and stay there for a week or two and do this and this and this. But what a lot of people don't think about is, mission work, that's in your backyard.
Yeah.
That's what she said, taking time just to go to your neighbors and realize, what do you need, and where is the resource. So, still thinking about big projects and saving money for 2 or 3 years to fly to certain places, just take that time and look around. That's all you have to do, because mission work can be in this community, in your own town, in your own neighbor.
Right,
That's
absolutely. Absolutely. Well, we're thankful that everyone had an opportunity to join us today on this edition of Chamber Chatter. We're really glad to celebrate Giving Tuesday and to really drive awareness for the community on what a great place this is to live and what a great place it is to serve. And today, think about checking your items that you might want to buy, and maybe take a couple of those dollars and donate to these organizations or your organization that you choose to help support. So every little bit helps these organizations continue to serve our community in great ways, and we're really grateful for this opportunity. I want to take this time really quick just to mention our networking events. And one of our networking events that we have is called our 747 Business Connection. And it's a morning business gathering on the third Friday of each month. We're not doing a specific one in December, but in March we're going to have a Celebrate the Nonprofits Day. All of these organizations and any other nonprofit organization that's in the community will be invited, and we'll have some speakers, and we'll celebrate this caring, heartfelt community a little bit more and carry this beyond Giving Tuesday into 2020. We're hoping to have each of your organizations the best year ever coming forward in 2020. And the Chamber of Commerce is glad to be able to help move that mission forward for everybody. So any closing other words we would like to say?
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you
you.
for having us.
Thank you guys for being here.
Thank you for your support.
Thank you. So don't forget the Blue Blanket Christian Project, The Closet, the Caldwell Arts Council, and we have our great friends here from Robin's Nest. So thank you very much. Check them out on Facebook. Check out the Caldwell Chamber on Facebook, and check out your favorite nonprofit in our community and go support them today. Have a great day. Thanks so much.